spot.
It should be a safe spot. We also visited St. Anne Catholic Church today, where Father Mitchell Zimmerman told us he had a school security meeting right before our interview. They've been discussing how to add more security to Mass and school, even after adding a school security officer there last year.
We are going to reduce the access, public access, even more and add some eyes. So it's important for us to gather and not let that be taken away from us because of fear.
As for the suspect in the Minneapolis shooting, investigators have uncovered hundreds of pieces of evidence. The acting U.S. Attorney of Minneapolis said the shooter expressed hate toward almost every group of people imaginable.
We know ultimately the purpose of the shooter's actions was to obtain notoriety for the shooter themselves. And I'm asking members of the media to stop saying the shooter's name. That was the whole purpose of why he did this heinous act, to obtain that notoriety for themselves.
The suspect died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
In an update this evening, Emporia police say there is no active threat at Emporia State University. According to police, they were there on an active shooter alarm that was pulled, but officers found nothing during their search. We are also keeping an eye on some rain chances for your holiday weekend. Will we keep that sun? That's what West Peary is tracking for us. We are still off to a beautiful start. Check it out. The carnival is ready to go for the Santa Caligon Days in Independence. It opened just 30 minutes ago. Wes, will it stay nice for the festival?
I think for most of the festival, the weather should be great out there this evening. 80 degrees from Pleasant Hill to Blue Springs to Independence to Richmond, Leavenworth, Bonner Springs, Overland Park, Spring Hill, all at 80 degrees underneath a partly cloudy sky. 78, we'll call it 80 for the 7 o'clock hour, falling through the 60s after that, adding a little bit of cloud cover into the forecast for the next couple of days. I think those clouds do eventually drop some rain, and I know it doesn't come at the best time, but we could use some rain around the entire area. I'll tell you what the rain chances are for your Labor Day weekend coming up.
All right, thank you, Wes. The FBI is looking for more potential victims after a former Northland teacher was charged with multiple counts of child pornography. Yesterday, we learned that Dennis Hernandez was involved at 21 elementary schools in the North Kansas City School District. According to the district, he worked with before and after school programs at all of the elementary schools. He was a substitute teacher at Crestview, Fox Hill, Maplewood, Nashua, and Wynwood Elementary. He also taught at the Early Education Center, the Gateway, and Eastgate 6th grade centers.
In a statement yesterday, the district said that they are working to provide answers, accountability, and a path forward for families. KSHB 41's Lanita Brooks has actually touched base, talked to some of those families. She joins us live from one of the impacted schools. Lanita, how are they feeling out there, and what do you know?
Oh, parents are horrified, as you can imagine, by the more details that come out. It seems like the worse that they get. We're actually outside of Crestview Elementary, which is one of those 21 schools that was listed on that list. The school district released new information revealing that Dennis Hernandez worked at almost every elementary school in the North Kansas City School District, including an early childhood education school dating back to 2021. And so families are shaken, and they're asking, how could something like this happen and for this long?
Nancy Busby is grandma to these little guys who will start school next year. News of former North Kansas City Schools employee Dennis Hernandez, who was charged with child pornography last week, is hard for her to hear.
I'm actually horrified to hear that, because school should be a safe place.
New information from the district shows that Hernandez, who was a substitute teacher and summer camp counselor, worked at nearly every elementary school in the district going back to 2021. Most recently, he worked as a first grade teacher in Independence for 2 days.
And I think, well, how in the world did this happen? Really, how did this happen?
She says there needs to be a more thorough background check on anyone who will be working around children. Annabelle Sanchez agrees.
Working in a school district, you have to have a background check.
Both North Kansas City and Independence School Districts sent us statements mentioning their processes checking law enforcement databases and criminal history. Earlier this week, a school safety expert told us state mandates are limited to criminal check. He He recommends districts also check employment, credit, and driving history to find potential red flags. Annabelle Sanchez wants a more thorough process.
Not just criminal charges, because, I mean, you're not going to be able to catch something if they haven't been caught for it already.
As a mother of one with another on the way, she says it's important for her to maintain open communication with her children.
Yeah, we work on our open communication and being honest and not being embarrassed, and he knows that adults shouldn't be touching people in their no-no spots.
Still, the thought of allegations like this, so close to home, is unsettling.
It gives me shivers just talking about it. It's pretty horrible.
And so, yeah, all of our hearts go out to the families involved with this, any of the victims. And I actually spoke to another parent today who didn't want to go on camera due to the sensitive nature of the situation, but he told me that his son actually went to one of the schools on that list. So a lot of parents in the area are just very shaken and unsettled, really, as they wait for more information to be released. But for now, in North Kansas City, Lanita Brooks, KSHB 41 News.